everyone, this is Joy from Sea Dragon Company. Today we're gonna interview our PE teacher, JN. JN is from South Africa. Hi JN.
Hi Joy, hi everyone. Yeah, like you heard, my name is JN. I also go by Jay. I teach at a primary school here in Shenzhen, China. I'm a proud faculty member of OCT Primary. And yeah, I'm excited to tell you more about what it is like teaching in a public primary school setting here in China.
So my first question is that how did you keep the class going? Like what's your class routine for your PE class?
That's a good question. So working in a public school in China, you will probably be teaching 40 plus kids in a class. So preparation is key. They like sharks in the water, they smell the blood. If you are not prepared, they will let you know it. So first thing is your lesson plan needs to be on point, and you need to consider the actual classroom size. 40 kids can be challenging, especially because there's a language barrier. So when you formulate your lesson, keep in mind that you have enough equipment, stations, and everything ready. I usually start my class, my lesson off by lining the kids up. I have little place markers where I line up girls, boys, in even rows, and then we get quiet because they are pretty rowdy when they get there, and then we get quiet, and that anchors the lesson from the beginning. And then what I'd like to do is in the nice introduction, like a nice how are you, get some responses. The kids seem to want to respond and interact, and you need to give them the opportunity to do that. I then proceed to do my warm-up. Usually the introduction and the warm-up would not last more than 5 minutes. After that, I usually let them run 1 or 2 laps, depending on what I've planned for them. And very important, the next activity, the setup must be done before the lesson starts. So there's no loss of time in the transitions. You want them to be finished with their run, line up for the activity. Because if you're not prepared, they will run around. They'll see you are not prepared. They'll see you walking around putting cones out. It's better to be ready for them to start immediately. I usually try and plan my activities to be aligned and in a progression. So I'll start off easy, something doable for everyone, and then on the second activity, I'll add some difficulty. And usually per activity, I won't spend more than 10 to 15 minutes per activity because they also get a little bored. And with the big classes, if they get bored, you lose focus and the kids start running around. So you want to keep it exciting, keep it fun, while still challenging them physically.
What kind of sports do you usually teach in your class?
Oh, that's also a good question. It depends on each individual and usually also the requirement from the schools. So some schools have an emphasis on basketball and football. So you want to kind of lean towards those sports more in your lessons. I'm from South Africa, and as you guys know, we are the best rugby team in the world. So my foundation is rugby, and I like to bring that skill into my classroom as well. So I'll take a 6-week period during the year where I'll introduce the rugby balls. It's an odd ball, they've never seen it before, it hops different ways. And I really try and bring in some of the elements from rugby, evasive games, passing games, and the kids seem to enjoy that. So as a new PE teacher, I would say play to your strengths. Your school will usually be well equipped with basketballs and soccer balls, so you can use that to your advantage. Also remember, 40 plus kids, you don't want 40 balls out there because then it gets crazy. So yeah, plan your lessons according to the volume of kids and what you can control in terms of balls. Yeah, Joy, just another thing I'd like to add to the question about sports. You'll see the government will have a big emphasis on child physical activity. and they do have an annual fitness test where the kids would do jump rope, running, long distance running, stretching, like aerobatic capacity, stuff like that. So especially in the beginning of the year, you want to work on the conditioning of the children to align with this fitness test. Usually after that, the schools will be a little bit more lenient in terms of sports. But yeah, each school is different. Some have more flexibility, some have very rigorous guidelines.
So, JN, I have a question. What if students don't understand your English instructions in your class at all?
Wow, Joy, yeah, that's a good question, because that's one of the biggest challenges you'll face as a teacher in the public system. Look, you'll usually find that about 5% of each class, there's at least one or two kids that can speak really good English. What I did in the beginning was use them as a tool for translation. They are very, very helpful. And then the kids don't have zero knowledge about English. They do have some fundamental things, like they know colors, they know what running means, they know the basic stuff. So yeah, if you keep your lessons short, have a few classroom rules that are easy to understand, you shouldn't have much of a problem. Something I also tell the new teachers coming here is, you don't have to learn the language. Obviously it would help you, but if you can learn a few basic commands in Chinese, it will go a really long way. For example, I use line up, bai doi, run, pao bu, run fast, kuai pao. There's a lot of easy, quick commands that the kids will respond to immediately, and you can learn very, very easily. Also use the kids that understand a little bit more, and then the other kids that don't understand just can mimic whatever they have to do. All right. So when you explain something or demonstrate something, use one of the kids with more English. Let them demo the activity or the movement, and then the other kids will copy.
How do you feel working here? Work as a PE teacher in primary public school. Do you like it?
Yeah, so initially I thought it was going to be a massive challenge. It's completely something different to me, and I easily started to enjoy this job, partly because the school that I'm at, they are very supportive of the foreign teachers. They do support us in many, many ways. For example, they will send a support teacher to the class. In terms of discipline, that is so helpful. Besides that, I work for a company called Sea Dragon. Lovely Joy here is one of their employees, and with their support, my job is so much easier. They do constantly follow up, ask if you need help. They would go the extra mile and do anything to make your stay and job a breeze.
Thank you, Jen. It's my pleasure to interview you. So
Thank you.
welcome to join us.
Yeah, thanks guys. Go well. Please come to China. It's an experience, it's fun, and it's welcoming.
Yes.